Brothers and sisters in Christ, I had a dream last night, and I felt like it was a tribulation dream. I was in the United States, in New York, and the reason why I knew it was New York is because I felt it in my spirit. Something had happened where people started to run around in panic, and they were fearful, screaming. So I knew that something, just took place out of nowhere. Also, I was still in the United States now. I'm not sure if I was still in New York or not, but I knew it was the United States. And I was looking around. It seemed like an explosion took place. It was an aftermath of an explosion. It was grayish everywhere. It was foggy. People had ashes and dirt on their face. There was buildings that were torn down all over the place. So I was wandering around, and just looking around in the stream. And what I noticed is that I was not prepared at all. I was in shock. I didn't have any food. And there was groups that were being formed by these, different men. They were very violent and angry, so they were forming all these groups. I knew that I would either be killed by these men or I would die out of starvation. So I thought to myself in the dream, I'm just going to wait to die because I have no place to go. There is nowhere to hide. There is no food. And there is violent men all over the place. So I just started to, wander around some more. I noticed a seed that was sprouting from underneath the ground. It was pavement. And the seed was sprouting. I didn't see anything else that was green in this dream that, like plants or trees or flowers or anything. There was just that one seed that was sprouting out of the ground. Now that could be symbolic. I also noticed that people were taking shelter. They were building little houses out of cardboard box. And they were taking shelter in these little houses because there was no, everything was basically destroyed by this explosion. So I started to wonder some more. I came upon these photographs. In these photographs, there was two boys. They looked like they were around 5 or 6 years old. They were in this torn down building. This man was pointing a gun to this little boy's head. And this little boy looked very, afraid and frightened. And I thought to myself, why would this man be doing this to this little boy? The man just seemed very cold. He didn't feel sympathy for the little boy. He was basically treating this little boy like he was a grown man, like he was a threat. Like this little boy was a threat. This man did not look like a military man. He was, he had a bulletproof vest on, a black one. I don't remember anything else about this man. But I knew that he was some kind of authority figure. Also, I came upon this ocean. And this ocean had all these boats, different sizes and different shapes. In my dream, I felt like people were going into these boats because they knew that the land was no longer safe. So they felt like going to these boats that they would be safe. So I wandered around And I thought to myself, there's no chance of me getting in these boats because they're full, they're packed with people. But I took my chances anyways, and I came upon this one boat where people were lining up to get in. And I looked inside of the boat, and it was full, it was packed with people. And this woman that was in charge of the boat, she extended her arm to me as if in saying, like, you know, come into the boat. And she asked for my name. And I told her my name. For some reason, she didn't hear me, so I ended up telling her, repeating myself 3 times. And I realized, you know, I can't get into this boat because my children are not with me. So I told her to wait until I get my children. And I woke up. So just pray about it and let me know if the Lord reveals anything to you about this dream. And just leave comments. Okay, blessings, bye.